In my last post, I was discussing that the ancient philosophers and sages who had performed rich tapasya and derived vast learning of life were trying to keep certain truth documented for us so that the future generations can read the stories and understand certain things about life. We have to understand with perfect clarity that the Indian epics are philosophical literature. They are not commercial fiction. The stories here were not just telling us a series of events where there's a hero, a heroine, and a villain. It is way more than that. Each and every character, each and every event is metaphoric towards certain truth that we are supposed to understand from the stories. And from that perspective, if you look at the stories from that perspective, you will figure that none of the stories are for any one person in particular. There is no distinction of gender in the way the stories are told. And I will give you 2 examples in order to justify the point that I am making. And you can pick up any example and you will figure out what it is trying to communicate. The first is that of Draupadi. There are many things about Draupadi. It's endless. I have picked up an example which has endless scopes of interpretation. But still, in order to explain it, I will pick up the most conversed point in the life of Draupadi, which is her Vastraharan. Draupadi, if you understand, was a very successful homemaker. People from far off lands came to receive her hospitality because she was famous. Her hospitality was famous. It is said that in her cooking utensils, the food never ended till the time she fed. And it is a very leadership trait that the leader is the last one to have the food. The fact that Draupadi was the last one to have her food has been twisted and put across to the society as women should be the last one to have food after men are well fed. The idea was not that. The idea that Draupadi's action communicated was that of leadership, which said the leader should be the last one to have food. If you are an entrepreneur, you should be the last one to take home money after you have paid off all those who are dependent on you. It's like that. Now, Draupadi was so successful in her work that everybody loved her. And as she climbed up the success ladder, certain people who didn't believe in her success tried to bring her down. Now you tell me one person who considers himself or herself successful, who have not faced the resistance from their own, from the people that they call their own, their dear. I can tell this to you as a woman that when a boy asks his parents or grandparents, when a boy communicates to his parents or grandparents about his failure, about certain things, or his disappointments about certain things that has happened, the parents and grandparents usually tell him that it's okay, part of life, you get up again, fight it out, figure out, and win it over. It's okay. 99% of the time, till date, 99% of the times, when a girl asks the same question to the people that she trusts the most, the parents, grandparents, teachers, and such like, she is told औरतों को थोड़ा सा समझना पड़ता है. Girls must compromise a little bit. Otherwise, there's turmoil in the family. Draupadi's Vastraharan is a metaphor towards everyone who is trying to take a leap, who is trying to climb the ladder of success. And that person will have to face the biggest resistance. More often than not, the first resistance, not the biggest resistance, but the first resistance and the most impactful resistance, because if you are capable of handling that, then nothing else matters to you, because all those people who you considered your own are standing against you, telling you, trying to tell you with their thoughts, actions and behavior that they are not supporting you. If you are able to live up to that moment, then the fight is yours. You have won the fight. Whether you win it today or you win it in future doesn't matter. You have lived that moment of resistance. No other resistance will matter to you, and this is a universal truth. It is not just a woman's truth. Next post, I'm coming back with another example, Ekalavya. Stay tuned.